Okay.
I'll first one, two. All right, quarterback Andrew Manley. Andrew tied a career high 3 touchdowns tonight, and now has a career high 367 yards in a game. Questions for Andrew?
Andrew, their secondary clearly couldn't match up with your wide receivers. You know, that was apparent from the start. You guys obviously recognized it and you attacked. Can you talk about that? I mean, you guys are deep at wide receiver, and it seemed like athletically, I don't want to knock them, but you guys are deep at receiver, and that unit was better than their unit.
Yeah, one thing we did notice is that they had a starting freshman and starting free safety to the field. They always had the 2 freshmen to the field, and we always had Austin to the field, so we made sure we took advantage of that today. That just goes with scouting them, and I feel like all our receivers made big plays. Jay Brown had a long touchdown, he came wide open. KB had good catches for first downs. Joseph Matthews had a critical one, crossing route. And I feel like it was just a good game plan we had for the guys, and I feel like it all came together and it worked.
You guys clearly want to run the football better. I don't think anyone would deny that. Maybe talk about that. That to me, I mean, the passing game was great, but the running game wasn't that great.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to work on, is just running the ball more, and that's what we want to do, so it all helps us open up the pass. And we can't throw the ball every down, so we have to open up that run, and we have the ability to do it. We just have to keep working on it. The coaches will get in there this weekend and get ready for Ohio. We'll have a game plan for Ohio, but we do want to run the ball more and have more rushing yards to help us out.
Andrew, did you think early on the game looked like it was just flowing too easily for you guys? Were you surprised at how challenging it got there in the third quarter?
Not at all. We knew they were going to come out. They were going to plan for us for that second half, change the defense up, which they did. They started doing different things differently on defense, and we just had to end up adjusting to it too. And I feel like that's how a game goes. It's like a game of chess. They're gonna get you sometimes. We gotta get them sometimes, and we just have to keep going back and forth. And that's what we were able to do tonight.
And then bury the past. It's time. How important is it to start the year with a win? I mean, last 12 years, 2-10 for season.
It's huge, and that's what we wanted to do. And bury the past. We talk about it all the time, and it's time. We believe now, and we just want everything to be successful now, and hopefully we can just keep running with it.
Now, Andrew, the offensive line did a great job pass blocking for you. What are your thoughts about their performance?
They did a great job. They did a great job all night. I don't know. I think maybe twice I got sacked tonight, and one of them was my fault. I held the ball too long, and they just did a great job. And that's what we keep preaching to them: just give us 2.5 to 3 seconds, and I'll get the ball out of there. So they did a great job tonight, picking up the blitzes when they came, and so that's all we worked. That's what we worked on the whole past week with blitzes and everything. So they picked it up great.
You mentioned Sac State. You felt like Sac State made adjustments after halftime. What adjustments do you think they made? Do you feel like they brought more pressure early on?
They didn't necessarily bring more pressure. They started dropping into a different defense called Tampa 2 with the middle linebacker drops, corners come up, and they were just taking a lot of our passing game away. And their front four did a great job stuffing the run tonight. So they came out, adjusted to that, and we ended up adjusting to what they were doing, and we were able to score a couple more times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Cornerback Darian Johnson. Questions for Darian?
Hey, Darian, I thought the secondary, they showed signs, of being good, although in the third quarter, Sac State made a run, mainly on the passing. What are your thoughts, first of all, of the secondary play tonight?
We played pretty well. We had a few mental mistakes. I know one of our players went down, George, our safety, and we had another guy come in and step in. But for the most part, I think we did pretty well. Some things we have to work on, of course, for Ohio, but I think we played good for the most part.
Now, as Sac State was making their run in the mid-third quarter, I thought your defense as a whole showed some great mental toughness. What were you guys telling each other just to stay focused and to keep the lead?
Yeah, we're pretty much just saying, like you said, stay focused. Take it one play at a time, play the next play. Just don't get complacent or don't panic. It's a long game, so we just have to keep our heads in, and that's what we did.
Did Coach Walker or Coach Rutenberg tell you anything as far as motivation-wise?
The same things that we tell each other every day. Play the next play, play the next play. It's going to be adversity in games, so we got to know how to handle it.
Darian, obviously, they had a good third quarter. It felt like they had a lot of momentum, couple fumbles, blocked extra point, swung the momentum again. Did you feel that on the field?
Yeah, I definitely felt it because, I mean, obviously everybody could feel the momentum change. We just had to keep playing and, you know, things started going our way.
They obviously started the second half really well. What did they do offensively that may have caught you guys by surprise?
They just came out fast, ready to play, you know, caught us off guard. We weren't really ready, and we just had to, you know, focus up, refocus, and that's what we did. But they were just taking shots, you know, running the ball, and just played their offense.
Last year, defense ranked 112th in the country. I know this exactly wasn't the perfect game plan for tonight, but still, 19 points given up, good improvement. What else did you think maybe you guys should, you know, still need to improve on for when you get ready for Ohio?
We have to improve on a lot in all aspects. I know pass game, run game. We just got to focus on being more stout and more consistent.
But is this a performance you guys can, you know, take away and hold your heads up high about?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a win. So I mean whenever we give them 19 points, I mean that's pretty good. But I know we want to cut down on the yards that we give up. But for the most part, we play pretty good.
I mean, you know, I mean, obviously, I mean, you saw Ohio firsthand last year. They're a good college football team. You guys are gonna have to play better next week. I think that's a safe statement to make.
Yeah, definitely. Ohio's a good team. I know last year we played them, and I think this year they're going to be a better team. So, you know, we have a lot of stuff to clean up, and we have some time to do it. So we'll be ready.
Thanks, Darian. Trayshawn.
Thanks.
Linebacker Trayshawn Nixon, career high 15 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss tonight. Question for Trayshawn.
I mean, you had a ball game. You know, I mean, talk about it. I mean, just talk about your performance.
I just went out there, played hard, and just bought off of my teammates' energy, and just believed in what the coaches was.
Who else recruited you, Trayshawn? Did you get any scholarship offers coming out of Ventura?
Yeah, I had scholarship offers to Nevada, Hawaii, New Mexico, Louisiana Lafayette, UTEP, and other schools were recruiting me, but they didn't offer me.
Why here?
Because the way the coaches are, I seen their motive and how they wanted to win, and they're just true.
In terms of, I'll ask you the same question I asked Darian, couple fumbles in the third quarter, blocked extra point. Felt like the momentum swung. You know what I mean? They were moving the ball. They were effective in the third. Did you feel that as a player on the field?
Yeah, I felt it. I felt it big time because they had a little bit of momentum, and then when the field goal got blocked, it was like it just all swung our way,
Right.
and we started making plays.
So you think that that extra point block swung the momentum more than that first fumble recovery?
Yeah, I think so because if I remember correctly, we scored after the field goal. We went down and scored, so that had the momentum going.
Now, defensive line and linebacker-wise, you guys did a great job of shutting down the running game. What did you guys do to do that?
We just prepared and just studied a lot of tape and just went out there and executed what the coaches prepared for us.
Anything else, Trayshawn? Everybody, thanks.
Thank you.
Austin? Wide receiver Austin Franklin, career high in catches with 8, career high in yards with 236, career high in touchdown catches with 2. His 236 is the third most by a wide receiver in single game school history.
I mean, Austin, they come out and they're playing man-to-man defense. You know what I'm saying? And they clearly didn't have the guns to match up with you guys on the outside. Clearly, you guys recognized it because you were going after them. But were you surprised they went out and played man-to-man?
Yeah, because when we watch film, they playing a lot of off coverage, quarters. It was real unexpected when we saw them playing man.
You ever had a night like this?
Never. This is my first time ever.
Austin, I mean, you had a couple bang plays first quarter pretty early, the touchdown, then another 50-yarder. I mean, did it seem like, I mean, when you hear 8 catches, 236 yards, I mean, is that something that you even like really thought about yet, or talk about your night about that?
I really didn't think I was gonna have a night like this. It just came to me. I just do what my coach said. I just believe it could be.
Now, Austin, while the defense was spotty and struggled, the offense, especially the passing game, definitely has shown tonight. Projecting forward, do you guys think you can repeat this performance in future games? And if so, do you think you guys are a legit competitor for a MAC title?
Yeah, I think we're legit, and I think we can play better than this, even bring more to it if we have to. And, you know, I know our whole offense can bring more every game.
Also, in terms, I mean, your numbers speak for themselves with the passing game in general. I mean, yourself, Camonte, Jay Brown's an underrated player. You know what I mean? You guys have weapons. I thought the passing game was superb tonight. I mean, just talk about that. You guys have weapons. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, we have big weapons. Like nobody really thought we'd do this because Tavion Rogers was gone, Ty Lee was gone, so they really just underrated all of us. And they just thinking like how me and KB was gonna go without them two.
Anything else for Austin? Austin, thanks, man.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.